Today, I've got my Jon Favreau on because I'm making the grilled cheese sandwich from the movie Chef. It's so confusing. Why do I do it to myself? Flipping heck. Then we'll go for the dippy tomato dippy. Man, it is hot. We are having a bit of a heat wave here in the UK at the moment, and I am in my attic. Whew. So I'm a bit of a sweaty Betty at the moment. Last week, Mrs. Meck and I watched the movie Chef for the first time, only 10 years since it came out. I don't know how it passed us by, but I absolutely loved it. It was wonderful to see the proper Cuban sandwiches being made. I still feel my effort was a good effort. I tried my hardest, but it was not close to the real thing. If you want to see that effort, I will put a link on the screen somewhere. And of course, in the movie, they make a wonderful looking grilled cheese sandwich, which is what I want to attempt today. I think the movie resonated with me a little bit as well. I'm going through a career transition, shall we say. I'm moving from one thing to another. So I've had a few weeks of, the panic. What am I going to do? What's going to happen financially? Just like he went through in the movie. And now that I've kind of settled on what's happening next for me, I did have to acquire a new vehicle. A van, like Carl Casper does, the character in the movie. For his next step, he has to get that massive food truck. Sadly, mine wasn't a food truck. I'm not going into the food truck business, but that would be amazing. I can't imagine there's much to say about a grilled cheese sandwich, but Squadron Leader always pulls it out of the bag. So we will turn to him for Meck's research.
I'm not going to tell you what a grilled cheese sandwich is. That should be fairly obvious. One of the first references to a grilled cheese sandwich is from the English cookbook from 1861, Mrs. Beeton's Book of Household Management, in which she tells you to make a cheese sandwich with fat slices of Cheshire or some other rich cheese. Place it in the oven until the cheese is melted and the bread is toasted. The cheese dream, an open-faced grilled cheese sandwich, became popular in the US during the Great Depression. A grilled cheese sandwich may also be made in a sandwich toaster, which is how it is most often done in the United Kingdom, where the sandwich is referred to as a toasted cheese sandwich or simply a cheese toastie. They sound scrumptious. Make one for me, Meck.
Thank you, Squadron Leader. Informative as always. Now, of course, with a grilled cheese sandwich, we are hitting differences in terminology between the UK and the US. A grill in the UK is the heating element that you put food underneath to brown and to cook. Now, you guys refer to that method of cooking as broiling, I believe. What I'm not sure about is what the big flat metal surface is called that you guys often find in diners with people flipping the burgers on them, and what Jon Favreau makes the grilled cheese sandwich on in the movie. I don't think you call that a grill. I think what you guys call a grill, we would refer to as a barbecue, as in the rungs of metal with the flame underneath that you will cook on outside in the backyard. But then you guys also use the term barbecue. So maybe when you use that word, you're referring to actual charcoal rather than gas, or I don't know. It's so confusing. But don't get me wrong, I love it. I love the differences and I love working out where these things have come from. My biggest confusion is that with a grilled cheese sandwich, I can't see that there's any grill involved, but I could be wrong. So please educate me in the comments, Americans. Just explain this to me. Thank you very much. Now let's see what my Meccaneers had to say about the grilled cheese sandwich in Ask the Audience. The biggest takeaway from Ask the Audience this week, the message that came through loud and clear, was that I must have my grilled cheese sandwich with some tomato soup. Check. My favourite comment was from someone literally with the username Bob. And he said that not only is the grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup the ultimate comfort food in the States, but it's also a childhood touchstone. Love that phrase. So it brings back all that nostalgia of maybe being snowed in or unwell, home from school. I love the nostalgia that food can give to us. And I certainly see evidence of that in the comments of a lot of my videos. So thank you, Bob, for that comment, and everyone else who commented. There was also a lot of discussion about what cheese I should and shouldn't use. Luckily for me, I am using the recipe from Chef. 4 cheeses in this recipe: the white cheddar, the yellow cheddar, Parmesan, and Gruyere cheese. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Yellow cheddar is just white cheddar with dye in it. Yeah? I mean, we have that as well. Red Leicester would be our classic dyed cheese, which is a kind of orangey colour. So I'm assuming then yellow cheddar is used in this recipe much more as a sort of visually aesthetic thing, because it looks good, that yellow cheddar, rather than adding any extra flavour, because I'm guessing it's going to taste pretty much the same as the white cheddar. Again, educate me, guys. I don't know. I'm so hungry talking about grilled cheese sandwiches. I've got my Jon Favreau on, so let's get in the kitchen. I'll see you there. Man, it is hot, hot, hot. I mean, there are benefits of working up in the loft with a big space, and I can make it dark and stuff. But honestly, carrying a grilled cheese sandwich and a bowl of tomato soup from my kitchen, then up 2 floors to the loft up a ladder, it's ridiculous. Why do I do it to myself? Anyway, I'm back. I have it here. My favourite part, of course, I've got the little bowl of tomato soup. If the yellow cheese is just for aesthetics, as I said, you can see why, because it looks great with the yellow coming out of it. Straight into the middle, like the kids do, so I'm going to get all 4 cheeses a hit in one go. Then we'll go for the dippy tomato dippy. Okay, let's do it. Wow, so it's outstanding already. It's probably the best cheese toasty I've ever had. Sorry, grilled cheese sandwich. I'm not just saying that because I'm doing a YouTube video about it. The combination of those 4 cheeses is insane. I've never thought to combine different cheeses for different effects. Hang on, I need to go in again. Oh man, that is outstanding. The 2 types of cheddar give you the cheddar flavour and the gorgeous meltiness. Check. The Parmesan kicks in the salt, the extra saltiness. Not too much, but it just picks up the saltiness from the cheddar. It's like carrying the baton. It's like a relay race. Cheddar starts, passes the baton to the Parmesan. Parmesan runs for a little bit, does its salty thing, and then passes the baton to the Gruyere. So the Gruyere adds this tangy nuttiness that you don't get from the cheddar and you don't get from the Parmesan. So all in all, it's like the best cheese sandwich in the world. This is just amazing. Hang on, I suppose I should do a dip, shouldn't I? With the tomato soupy soup. Because I'm so hot right now. But it's okay. The sweat is the work. I'm putting in the effort for you guys so you don't have to stand in your loft and sweat. I just can't get over actually how amazing this tastes. Flipping heck. Oh man, the thing I was most worried about was there's 4 different slices of cheese in there, which is a lot. I would not have put that much cheese in my cheese sandwich. Maybe 2 slices at most. But I thought, okay, that's a lot of cheese. I'm going to bite into that. It's going to be greasy and oily, and I'm going to get like cheese sweats. But none of that. Not at all. Yes, it's cheesy and gooey, but it's not greasy, considering the whole thing's covered in butter. It's not greasy, it's not fatty, it's not making me feel sick. It's just making me feel happy, like I'm king of the world. Gosh darn, that is an amazing sandwich. I wish I could give it to you guys. I mean, you can make it yourself, but I'd love to invite you in and so you could all just have a little taste. I can't get over it. My world has just become a better place because of the invention of that. I'm never having any other cheese toasty now. It's time to score the grilled cheese sandwich. Din, digging, dig, din, 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 din. Click like for absolutely free $99. Won't cost you a penny, will help me out a little bit. If you want to go one step further, you can press the subscribe button. This means that my videos will show up in your home feed. You'll also get notifications as to when I post my next video. If you want to be even more wonderful than that, you can click the join button. You will then become one of my super Meccaneers. You will get priority replies from me to your comments, members only pictures and polls, some cool emojis and badges and whizzy flashy little bits and bobs that you can use in your comments to me as well. And that is mega support for me. Okay guys, let's go through the criteria. Appeal, top marks. It's a gooey, beautifully cooked grilled cheese sandwich. Top marks. Ease of making. I mean, pretty good compared to some of the other stuff I've made, which is a full dish with pots and pans and ovens and everything. Pretty easy to make. You got to be patient. You can't crank up the heat because you're going to toast/burn the bread before the cheese is properly melted. But overall, ease of making, pretty good. Taste, shut the front door. Just actually blew me away. I'm so surprised. I knew it was going to be good, but basically it was a cheese sandwich. But somehow it has elevated my inner being, which means I have to score this sucker. I don't know how American a grilled cheese sandwich is. Like, I don't know whether you would consider it a bastion of American cuisine. We have toasted cheese sandwiches here in the UK. It's a pretty simple thing. However, the fact it's called grilled cheese sandwich already in my mind makes it different because we don't use that term. So already it's made it an American thing. Let's have a grilled cheese sandwich. Generally people in this country will use a sandwich toaster thing, which I've never liked. So the way you cook it makes it a little bit more American, and it's from American movie. It's from Chef. So in my mind, a grilled cheese sandwich is a very American thing. So I am going to score this highly for the grilled cheese sandwich from the Chef movie. That particular grilled cheese sandwich, I'm going to give it 95 Meck points. So if we take a look at the scoreboard, you will see it has shot to the very, very top. Now, this is where there may be some consternation. People might look at this scoreboard and go, but biscuits and gravy or buffalo chicken wings are much more American food than a grilled cheese sandwich. Ultimately, I suppose this is my scoreboard and this is my take on American food, or what I think about it. So apologies if you don't agree, but hey ho. Now, buffalo chicken wings, biscuits and gravy are incredible food. I loved them. But the thing that has notched this up is just the simplicity of it. It is such a simple dish, and yet it is so good. It has to sit at the top for me. So chili cheese fries has been pushed off the bottom. I did say that they weren't going to stay on there for long. I think I just need to go and sit down and contemplate the joy that this new grilled cheese sandwich recipe will bring to the rest of my life and my family. By the way, the second half of that sandwich, I took it downstairs and fed it to all 3 mini Mecks who are off school at the moment because it's the summer holidays. All of them loved it. It was that look on their face like, oh, it's really good. And they all gave it a massive thumbs up. So that is a win as well. So there we have it, my friends, a grilled cheese sandwich. It's been nice having you along. You have been gorgeous, beautiful, and handsome today. Captain Meck, out.